Welcome back. Well, here comes another caravan with hundreds of migrants reportedly on the way to the United States after reports that President Biden is about to end Title 42, a move that's even alarming Senate Democrats. New Hampshire Senator Maggie Hassan tweeted this, quote, "I am concerned that there is not a sufficient plan in place to address the steep increase in border crossings that could result from the reported decision. This preemptive repeal threatens border security at a time when the administration should be focused on strengthening it." Then there's Arizona Senators Kyrsten Sinema and Mark Kelly also urging Biden not to end Title 42. This is really the first time we've heard much from Mark Kelly on the issue. Kyrsten Sinema just started talking about it a couple of months ago. A Border Patrol agent telling Fox News, "We are expecting to get wrecked." Dagen, we talked about this yesterday and how Border Patrol agents are now expecting 18,000 migrants a day. In the last few years, we've been seeing 5,000 to 7,000 migrants a day get encountered at the border. They're talking about 18,000 once Title 42 goes away, Dagen.
Right. Not only will the number of encounters go up, and already just starting at the fiscal year in October, the United States is running at what would be about a 2 million annual rate of encounters. But not only will the encounters go up, but 55%, so more than half of all the illegal migrant encounters ended in the month of February with an expulsion because of Title 42. So not only will more illegal immigrants show up at the border, more of them will come in and get to stay in. And quite frankly, there are only 4 Democratic senators who are concerned about this. That's only 8% of the Democrats in the Senate. The others don't want to stand up for the rule of law, don't want to stand up for their communities and the fiscal health of this nation. You know, this country, about more than $500 billion was potentially stolen during COVID through the Paycheck Protection Program and the unemployment insurance fraud. So you think about this country cannot manage its finances. It is being looted. And this illegal immigrant influx will only make our financial situation worse and potentially crime.
Yeah, and James, the last time I went to the border agents told me that the drug cartels are making $100 million a week. James, let me repeat that. These drug cartels are making $100 million a week.
Yeah, it's the scandal is the lawlessness, the chaos, and you're seeing Democrats up for re-election responding to that. They know this is intolerable. They know it's indefensible. So once again, this gives the president an opportunity if he wants to lead on this issue. And we've heard from lawmakers so many times on this program about how there's been little or no outreach from the White House attempting to solve this. But what those scared Democrats up for re-election do give all of us is an opportunity to come to a solution on a stronger border and more lawful ways to enter the country. We have 11 million open positions right now in the United States. We're going to talk later this morning about a job market where employers in so many industries are searching high and low for workers and can't find them. So there is a great opportunity here. Lawful, controlled border, vetting for drug dealers, vetting for terrorists, but more opportunities for all these people all around the world who want to come and be productive citizens.
Joe Biden's not going to do jack, because all he's capable of is standing up there and vilifying those men and women who are trying to keep our border closed and protect this United States. Joe Biden stood up in front of the American people and said that a border agent was strapping an illegal migrant, and we have never gotten an apology from Joe Biden for that. And quite frankly, where's the report? Where is the report from DHS? Well, remember, it was going to be a matter of days, according to Alejandro Mayorkas, they punted it. And so where's the apology, Joe Biden? Again, he is divisive on purpose.
Yeah, you're right. And James, you make a good point about politics. We haven't heard a peep about the border and the impact on Arizona from Mark Kelly all these years. While Yuma was blowing up with migrants, I heard that there were 5,000 arrests a week. And now, all of a sudden, with the midterms coming up, we're hearing Mark Kelly say, oh, yeah, Arizona is impacted. He hadn't said a word before the last few months.